What does that do?
Let me see the other one.
Look at how worn out.
How worn it is?
Here. All right, good morning. Let's go ahead and kick off today's team meeting, Brent Gove team meeting. Thank you. You guys can sign up really quick. So before we get started with today's illustrious speaker, let's do some housekeeping really quick. So coming up, we have. Oh, this is Saturday, Paul Bianchi. He's a local builder. He's actually got a couple subdivisions going in Roseville, small stuff like 12 to 17 houses. But he was on the radio show, so if you want to hear what he's up to, he also takes investors. So you want to invest in building projects, typically get your money back in about 12 months, and returns vary from 15 and 25% or more on the projects.
A co-op. Bringing money.
Yep, like a referral fee. So let's say somebody invests 500 with them. I think you get. Don't quote me on it. I think.
Oh.
Today, crazy that we're already on July 24th, but today, the Humble Hustlers are doing their annual client appreciation event at Lake Folsom. You're sponsoring it.
Yeah, I can't go though.
Come up here and talk a little bit as a sponsor.
Yeah, sure. I don't really know exactly like besides what the flyer says, but it's a great time. There
Who are you?
Hi, Jennifer Hewer with Home Warranty America. I'm one of the sponsors for this amazing event. So not just it's not just for realtors. Anybody can come, kids, your spouses, any friends. So there will be drinks and food provided, and it's gonna be a great time. It's not 110 out, so it should be very pleasurable. So yeah, come out and support.
Is it 5%? 5% each?
Um,
That I heard.
it's in Folsom. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I just have to scan the thing, but
Yeah, scan the QR code. I'll
but yeah, come out and support.
Yeah, kind of a track on
It's
this
a fun
event. It's
time.
a client appreciation thing, and I've
Before
never heard
kids,
of
we
it.
try to
The
go,
info,
but
you
now
can't ever
with
see it on the
1-year-old, it's
Thanks.
a little less fun for us. But if your kids can wipe their own butts, go ahead. Anyways, next.
Same with your husband's.
Yeah, same with husband.
Drum roll. That's good.
And then on Thursday, July 31st, so this is gonna be fun. The name is spelled unique, pronounced Ryan. Ryan is going to teach us about how to use some social content strategy, creation, marketing tips, using Canva, using tools that we already have access to as agents here at EXP. We'll add no additional fun. If you want to see some of what her work looks like, just check out American Pacific Mortgage, JJ Mack's team. She started taking over that in recent weeks. And yeah, just going to be a fun, content-driven Thursday. And then after that, so this, I learned about this guy, where was I? I was at a real estate mastermind in San Diego, and I was talking with one of the guys there. He I don't know how many houses it is. Price is like a few hundred houses a year. He was all about this. I actually think Jay Kinder turned him on to this company called Focus First. Focus First. And what it does is it gives you something different than a typical market analysis. It's like, hey, would you like to know the odds of selling your house in today's market? And so he'll teach you how, using their product, you can go through and you can pull all of this information. You can certainly do it on your own. Their product, just a little heads up, does cost, I think it's about $40 a month, but I'm using it. The clients are really enjoying it. So he's teaching us about what that looks like and how you can use it, or use something like a DIY, do it yourself, DIY on your own. But that'll be on August 7th. Do we have any others, Jose? All right, EXP World Tour. So this has come up because a lot of agents who have been with EXP a while, try going in the world and like, this has changed. People are finding out the workplace is going away. Now we have to use Slack. Is that a good thing? Bad thing? We'll let you make your own decision, but that's what we're using right now. So Sophia, she's the white glove onboarding specialist for Brent Gove. She's also the lovely wife of Joey Satoriano, right? So So, what she's going to be doing is she'll be walking us through the updates and changes. This is like, just think of it as an oil change in your car. You have to do it every now and then,
Yeah.
just to stay
Thank
current,
you.
and walk us through Slack. If you have not gone through Slack yet, it's a little bit different. So this will just save you a whole lot of time, and time is money. Moving on.
Hey, one quick thing.
Here we
You
go.
guys, please check your email. I know y'all don't love to check email, but you go through and search for EXP email because there have been lots of emails about Slack.
Yeah.
And lots of emails with trainings about it and everything else. And EXP did not have a choice to change, for the record.
Yeah.
Facebook is taking away Workplace, and it's going away in a few weeks. So if you're email messaging or DMing somebody, your brokers or something in Workplace and not getting a response, please go to Slack. Also, same in Slack, because they are in between right now. So they might see it in Workplace, might see it in Slack. So what's that?
Is it an app on it? App?
Is there an app for Slack? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can download it. You must use your EXP email
Yep.
to log into it. So if you already have an existing Slack account with some other email, you're gonna want to definitely be logged out of that. You have to use your EXP email. So
So Workplace is going to be.
Workplace is going away in a weeks, I
Yeah.
think by the end of August.
I take for granted that people know that Workplace is going away.
Yes.
And then also Slack is a very large, it's a much bigger platform than Workplace ever was. And it's used by corporate America a lot more than,
It's just not as user friendly as Workplace.
Right.
And we're all so used to it because we all use Facebook. So there's a learning curve. So please leave it to the trainings that are being offered and make sure you're checking your EXP email. Super
Good
important.
point, yeah. There are people who are pro Slack, there are people who are anti Slack. Wherever you fall on the spectrum, it's like being a supporter of a political party. Regardless of where you fall, you're in the United States, you gotta live with what we got, okay?
Right.
So,
It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you like it or not, you have no place. no
Don't be a
choice.
slacker.
Or be a slacker.
Or be a slacker.
Be a
I
slacker,
can be a
yeah.
slacker.
And then August 21st, Brent is flying out Spring Benson from Utah. She runs a mega team. I think they do something like 750 deals a year. And her husband is also one of the founders or co-founder of Sisu. So they have a lot of great real estate information that they're going to be sharing with us then. She's really hard, by the way. Her schedule is jam-packed. She's probably one of the toughest speakers. Like, I would say watching Brent try to get her on the calendar on par with like Tom Ferry, Ed Milet. Like, she's very difficult to bring all the way out to Sacramento. So we're very privileged and honored that she's coming. Scan the QR code. Do not come alone. You're gonna want your friends in real estate to see what she has to say. And then,
Quick,
yeah.
sorry, is she gonna be also in the town center or in El Dorado Hills, right?
We're hoping, but
But as of now,
as of right now, I can only guarantee the PCAR one. Yeah. And then after spring, we do have Ryan Rosas. He's the broker of record for EXP NorCal. He actually lives not too far away in Rockland. He's gonna be coming down and speaking to us about, what is he speaking on, Jose?
The new mandate in like escrow, so it's called the DFPI.
If you don't know what that is, neither do I. We'll be learning about it. Okay. But I'll tell you what, Ryan was fired up about it. I saw the text messages going back between him and Jose, and I'm like, oh man, this sounds like an issue. This sounds like something we need to know about, but I have no clue what he's talking about.
EXP.
Yeah. And then, of course, please do not forget, if you want to sponsor, I'm sure they're still looking for sponsors. Oh, there's Frank.
there's a seat right here, Frank.
Yeah. So if you, I'm sure they're still looking for sponsors. Go ahead and reach out to Frank. Scan the QR code if you'd like to attend. This is going to be a fun time. Monday, September 29th. I mean, we're already at the end of July. Before you know, it'll be the end of August. Before you know, September will be here. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Last I checked, I was going to be the putting hole sponsor. Is that still the case? Okay. Yeah. So, be a good time.
have Frank come.
Next time.
So
They all want to hear from you, Frank. They're all like, why don't
Yeah.
you listen to this guy?
DFPI stands for Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, and oversees financial service providers in the state of California.
Sounds riveting and scary.
Yeah,
the same
that's
time.
terrifying.
Very intimidating, yeah.
Because we fall under that stuff. They mandate digital financial assets franchises and the California Consumer Financial Protection Law. So.
So fun.
Yeah.
That was like something a broker would want to talk about.
Yep.
You know? And then, tomorrow we do is,
I don't
Alex,
see him here.
okay, so tomorrow, every single Friday, they do a deep dive on bold trails. They have a topic that they're typically working through. Scan the QR codes, it's in person or Zoom. It's gonna be here in Everest if you want to come in person. And it's tomorrow at 10 a.m. I keep thinking it's Tuesday. I have no idea why. Feels like a short week. And then with that, time for our lender market update. We have no
It's gonna be
JJ.
me.
We have
He's coming, but he was just running a little.
the one that's better than JJ, right? So Miss Lindsay Boris, everybody, please give her a round. of applause.
Level up.
Good
Glad to see you
morning,
made it out of your car accident.
gosh, I know. Thank you. Good morning, guys. I'm Lindsay with JJ Mack Team at American Pacific Mortgage. I wanted to just touch on Ryan, our marketing girl. She's wonderful. So she has a degree in marketing, and she did her thesis on social media algorithms. So that is like her jam. So she does videos for everyone in our office, and then she analyzes the algorithms to see what people like and what's actually hitting with clients, and then guides them in that direction of like actually popular and successful and reaching the biggest audience. So she's excellent. She's got some really great tips, things I would have never even known about. So that's a really good one to attend. She's great girl. I kind of had some numbers and stats for you guys because JJ and I were talking about this. Something that's popping up more is maybe a little bit of room for some concessions, and buyers are wanting some relief on their payments, and we're starting to swing back into buy downs getting more and more popular and being used as a leveraging tool for both buyers and your listings. So I'm hearing more and more that people that have houses listed are advertising that a little bit. Hey, I'm willing to give X amount of dollars towards credit for a buy down, and buyers requesting a lot of that. I just want to give you guys some stats on how that changes people's payments. So just for example, it's based on your loan amount. So for a $500,000 loan amount, a permanent buy down. So just in this situation, we had $11,500. That buys you about 0.75% and saves you about $250 a month on a $500,000 loan. That same amount of money would do a 2-1 buy down. Your first year payment savings is $642. Second year is $328, and then it resumes its regular payment on year 3, giving you that period of time, but almost, more than double what your savings would have been on just the permanent buy down. And the other benefit to that is that if rates come down permanently before that 2 years is over, you can use whatever is left of your buy down towards your refinance costs. So that money doesn't just go away. Whereas if you do a permanent buy down and the rates come down and you want to refinance before that period of time, that money's already spent. It's gone.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then the other thing that say you don't have that amount of money on the table, also want to just give you the numbers. If you just did a 1-year buy down at that same $500,000 amount, the cost would be $4,000 and saves them $328 a month their payment. So it's a much smaller amount of credit to get, but still makes a bigger impact than even buying it down permanently could get you.
Do they qualify as a start rate or the note rate?
Yes, it is No, it's qualifying at the note rate.
Okay.
So that is just an additional subsidy, and those do have to be seller contributed. So we do have a lender 1-year option as well, but the 2-1 buy downs are a seller contributed credit. And then I just had one that closed for first time home buyer. It was kind of a cool situation. She was able to combine a lot of different options. So she used down payment assistance for her 3.5% down payment, plus a 2.5% closing costs assistance. So she got into a house at $630,000 with $11,000 out of pocket. And they had an initial credit from the seller for a buy down. So she did a 2-1 buy down. So her first year payment is based on a rate of 5.25. So I think it was like over $800 in savings for her first year. And it made the difference for her to in affordability. So you can use that in combination with other programs too. It's not something that has to be like used on its own. And a lot of the jumbo products are starting to offer that as well, where it used to just be conforming loan limits, or now they're opening up to some of the jumbo too. So
The buy down, no, it just means that it's just for a year. At the end of that year, their rate goes up and their payment goes up.
yeah, so depending on how many years you do it for, so if you do the 2-1 buy down, first year your rate is 2% less, second year it's 1% less, third year it resumes its regular note rate. And then if you do a 1-year buy down, it's just a decrease for the first year, and then it will resume. So we give them the breakdown of what that looks like in all years. But it's a way to just stretch that dollar and that payment savings a little bit further. You know, of course, some people, the only, I think, negative feedback we get on that is that some people are maybe, if they're truly uncomfortable with that note rate payment, maybe they shouldn't be buying at that price in the first place, but also they're like, if and when it resumes that regular payment, I'm wildly uncomfortable with that. That's a situation where people don't want to use the temporary buy down, and they feel they're a little bit more risk adverse. But also probably if they're wildly uncomfortable with where that payment is on a rate that wasn't bought down, maybe that's not the price point they should be in. It's a great way to give them some relief on their payment. So but yeah, that was just a situation or scenario I want to share with you guys. Questions? Anything else you wanted me to touch on?
So you said it was 11,000 for a permanent buy down, $500,000,
Yes, was on a $500,000 loan amount.
and that's 3/4 of a point. You said,
Yes, so the comparison was that either that 11,500 would buy your rate down for the 2-1 buy down. That same amount of money would buy the rate down in that scenario about 0.75%.
I do the buy down because you can always refinance eventually to the lower rate. Yeah.
So where we start to come into issues is that loans have points and fees thresholds. So you can only buy a rate down so far. The next rate down, you're,
like if it was for like a $650,000.
yeah, so I mean, it would, of course, where their starting base rate is going to be based on how much their loan to value, their credit score, all those things. But if we start to go down any further, when I was looking at it this morning, the next rate down jumped by like an 1/8% decrease, jumped by another almost half a point in cost. So it starts incrementally getting more expensive as you go down in rate, and you can only buy the rate so far because you can't exceed your 3% points and fees threshold. So realistically, in that scenario, we could have only bought it to like 6.125 without exceeding the points and fees threshold. So the temporary buy down is really the only way to even get something lower than what you could buy it for permanently.
Got it.
So
Outside of the 3/4 of the pay.
yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I actually got with JJ
Uh-huh.
to share this quick story. And I have a listing. It's on Broadway, by the way, right by Sellers Market, the kitchen. It's not selling, so talk to me after. It's an investment property for sure. But we're listed at 749. It was, don't quote me on the exact, but I think it's 13,000, and there's some change there for someone to theoretically buy it down to 4.75 the first year, so 2-1 buy down and 5.75. It changed the payments almost closer to like $680 a month for 13 grand. So I called California Association of Realtors. They have a legal line. And when I talked to the lawyer, it was very ambiguous, to say the least, because they said to act language to use, because I wanted to see how I could market that openly. What they basically said is the devil's in the details. So the lady I spoke with, who's on the legal team, sent an email to my client saying that, are you willing to offer, given, if the price is right on the offer, would you be willing to buy down someone's rate, for example, or up to $13,000? He replied back in the email, yes, I would consider all those things. You have my permission to openly discuss that. So I put it on MetroList because I talked to Lori. They said, put it on there. MetroList didn't give me a straight answer, but when they reviewed it, I had put something very vague, just saying, ask about possible, seller,
Mhm.
concessions, right? On the public comments, red flag. They sent me a thing saying can't have. In the private comments to the realtor,
Yeah.
to the, for us to view, they said fine. So that was the trial and error, just to kind of put it out in the world, where you can be.
Yeah.
But if you call the legal hotline, because I said, how are new builders putting on there publicly saying 4.75?
Cause the builders don't follow the same rules.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And
We
the
have
other,
realtors working, so that the legal team I just wanted to share that with you. That was my experience. And that's what the feedback was.
Yeah.
Just to-
Well, so if you have buyer, like we have marketing material for this that we can do specific for your property. So if you something like that, we can, if you're not able to advertise it, but you can let your buyers that are coming in, you can say, hey, this is how it would affect your payment for this property. And this is something that our seller's willing to negotiate on. I'm sure that would be.
You can put it in your marketing materials, it's just MLS's restrictions.
Mhm.
So you could put it on your flyers and the sign
I had
writer, yeah.
And if we're gonna put it in
Open
that
house.
one.
Yeah.
End up saying.
They said that, they basically just said that the public comments,
No.
they highlight it.
Yeah.
And they said this cannot exist in the public comment. But the one in the private comments, it was fine.
You just took it out.
I just deleted it from the public comment on MetroLinks. But for me, it was more of a trial and error.
So what if you do like Facebook advertising? Is that allowed?
I think it's public that they're not gonna allow.
Well, but that MLS
That's
doesn't
not-
regulate all
that's
that.
not-
It's strictly-
Yeah.
You have to understand there's a difference. MLS has their specific rules. That doesn't apply to the rest of the world.
That's right.
They're saying that this is what we'll allow in Metro list. But just like commissions, you can't put a commission in the MLS now, right? But you can advertise it on your flyers, on your sign, on your riders, on Facebook. You can put what you're paying as far as a commission to a buyer's agent. And you just cannot put it in MLS. Which makes zero sense, but it is. That's it.
That was me throwing myself into the world
Yeah.
to see what would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
and
Well, here's
that
so
Yeah.
good test. Here's how we see most agents using the rate buy down when talking with buyers. Talking with buyers at open houses, working with buyers who are maybe price conscious. It works well with buyers 1-to-1. Does not work so well with sellers 1-to-many. The thing that sells houses, if the photos are done professionally, if it's marketed semi-professionally, like, if it's on the MLS, if you have the 3D tour, if you've done like your basic agenting 101, the thing that sells the house is price. If you're talking with your sellers, that's what the conversation needs to have is, hey, your house has been seen thousands of times. It's been seen by thousands of people on Zillow. They've all moved on. They have all said, no, not interested. We can do the rate buy down. I can let agents know, but at the end of the day, what moves your home is going to be price. And they just don't want to hear that. But that's the reality of the market. Did you guys see Ryan Lundquist's post last week?
Yeah.
Right? Lowest sales volume since the MLS went digital in 1998. Think about how much growth our region has had in the last nearly 30 years, and fewer homes sold in the month of June this year than in 1998.
Can I say, we're having Ryan come speak at Paul's office on August 6th, if you guys want to come. Again, August 6th, Ryan's gonna be coming speaking at Paul's office.
I'll be sponsoring and bringing some
Yeah,
yummy
we'll be
food.
there, so.
You guys are the sponsor.
Yeah, we're all welcome to come. August 6th from 10 to 11:30.
It's gonna be amazing. Please come.
Yeah, so.
That's
Put in your
the thing that
calendars,
moves
please
the
invite
house.
your agents, yeah.
That's the thing that moves the houses is the price.
Yeah, let's
So-
go it up.
So you can try the private remarks. I'm just telling you from.
Well, we've already come down 50 grand. If you want to look at it later, I've run it by a bunch of people and everybody says it's priced well below where it should.
But you know,
I think I need I need to sprinkle some holy water.
but you know, if I could tell you the indicator right now, history doesn't mean anything. You literally have to be below history. Whatever is sold last month's gotta be below that. And
Yeah.
then even looking at, if you're selling something in Roseville, you look at the subdivision, you look at all of Roseville, how am I rating in the entire city? And you have to be. it's not losing any more money than the guy
It's
that's.
just everything's leaving Broadway right there. It's,
Yeah,
I
right,
live,
right.
I live in Lehigh Park. That little stretch, everything's leaving. The Walgreens left, the
Yeah.
little one left. I mean, everything's left. I mean, thank God there's sell-ins, but it's just that particular, like
Yeah.
right there, and
Yeah.
it just sucks.
And the buyers are really looking at the new builds, saying, hey, what can I do? You have payment threshold, and we were, Janelle and I were just talking about that. It's learning how to set the expectations with them right now.
Anybody would like to look at the property afterwards?
Yeah.
Give me your opinion. I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Whatever price that?
749.
So,
Two bedroom upstairs, studio downstairs. It
Garage?
allows for short-term rentals, so Airbnb, bringing in 300 at a neighboring studio,
Is there parking, garage?
1 car garage.
so Ryan, I think it came out today, his most recent vlog, and he said, yesterday's comps are historical artifacts.
Yeah, I like
Like,
that.
they're just so out of touch right now. So
Like,
just
you
keep that
know,
in mind.
use,
Yep.
use, and you can't really, that's just such a.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it has dropped significantly.
Yep.
One other thing, something before we let our illustrious Paul Frank speaker, Valerie. She's the only one I can talk to. We've seen this across a couple different agents having issues with, not even challenging client, but challenging other real estate agents on the other side. Would you guys like a basic tip on how to handle fiery realtors? Would that be helpful? Okay, so a lot of times those fiery realtors want to negotiate verbally. They want everything done upfront, and then they want to put it in a contract. The first broker I ever worked for, Tanya Stevens, she taught me something I will never forget. She said, real estate is a very simple business if you follow the process. As soon as you get outside the rails, you get off the rails, it gets wonky. We recently had somebody who was trying to negotiate outside of the agreement. They were trying to go, hey, let's just do this verbally, let's figure it out between us and then go back to our clients. We said, no. You know what? I'd really like to do that. I'm with you. Agree with them. Say, how, like, we're in this together. I agree with you. Let's do this. But really help out. My seller is more likely to be open to what you're suggesting. Just put it in writing. Just put it in writing and send it over. And you know what? They put in writing something better than what we were expecting them to put in writing, because she had to go to her sellers, or her buyers, have the hard conversation. She put it in writing and came over 15 minutes later. Texted Valerie, got him. Right? So just keep it in writing. Don't try to negotiate outside. You can have conversations. That's totally fine. When you're talking details, don't go to your clients based on details. Go to your clients based off what you have in writing. Keeps it simple, that keeps it safe, and you can sleep good at night. Okay? So keep it on the rails. With that, we have Mr. Paul Frank, PDF, commercial broker extraordinaire. Hands up.
Super. Is there a clicker or are you clicking? You're clicking?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Real quick shout out for that spring event. I was blessed to be in New York for the bell ringing when spring came on board and got to spend some time with her. Show up for that whenever it is. That is amazing stuff. Great gal and great story if you don't know it. So what a lot of you have already heard what I'm going to go over with you. Hopefully some of you will listen more this time. Take notes. I'm telling you what we are doing is changing lives in incredible ways and changing business. So if you do what we say, it is working. We see it work every single day. I promise. So first of all, who in here does commercial? Raise your hand. You listen. Who in here is a commercial agent, meaning you are not a realtor? Got it. And if you don't know, I ask that question, you're in trouble about being a realtor. So for those of you that did not raise your hand, that is the last time you get to fail to raise your hand when that question's asked. Moving forward, anytime somebody asks if you handle commercial real estate, the answer will be
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely. I think we got a slide on. You're up. Oh, no, it's not there. Absolutely. Write this down. Absolutely, we do is the answer. So I'm here to talk to you about what I call lead recognition, expanding your business in commercial real estate. And I say lead recognition because you've already done the work. You have the leads in your CRM. You just don't know where to find them and what to do with them. So with that, a little bit of my background, and you'll see why I'm going to give you this in a second. I am the president and CEO of the PDF group of companies, and I've been, is there another slide? Oh, there it is. Absolutely, we do. Next one. Okay, a little bit of my background. President and CEO of the PDF group of companies. Okay. Next, there we go. Okay. I've been a commercial developer and broker for 40 years. Over my career, I have developed and brokered hundreds of millions of square feet. Aside from my professional work, I've also been an athlete and a coach for 25 or most of my life, coached over 25 years. That's why people refer to me as Coach or Coach Frank. It's not some title I just threw on my business card for marketing purposes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Next. Next. Click. Next. Beautiful. So I've also been informed, and that overall experience has given me what Coach Dungy refers to as an uncommon perspective. And as I say, all education has a price tag, and that perspective came with a lot of cost and a lot of lessons, some of them very expensive lessons. But there are two lessons, two truths that are vitally important to everybody in this room that I learned over my 40-year career. Number one, I realized that nearly every single that I have ever dealt with in commercial, and that in a house.
Sorry, the
No.
internet.
Oh, is it?
Connected, yeah.
Oh, uh-oh. House. So seriously, into brokerage involved in commercial real estate at any level. And by virtue of that commonality, they have some in the business for 2 days, years, as we'll see. In your network. Now the problem is that traditional are focused on what I refer to as peripheral focus of the opportunities that are around you literally every single day. Problem? Blinders? Okay, write this one down. CRE is not more complicated, it's just different. Despite what the egos in our business will try to convince you of, commercial real estate is not more complicated. In fact, I'm confident in closing a commercial transaction. I'm equally confident that I would be in way more trouble trying to handle a residential deal. There is a reason that I have never sold a house in my life, and it's not because it's more complicated, it's just different.